Bisping, Edwards, Aspinall. Could Pimblett become the fourth British fighter to claim a version of UFC gold? Standing in his way, Justin the highlight reel Gaethje, who he himself is looking to get a little bit of championship success. We are here in Las Vegas for UFC 324 for the Interim Lightweight Championship of the World, live on TNT Sports box office. Welcome to Fight Week in your official preview of UFC 324. I'm Adam Catterall, Nick Peet's here, the Hall of Famers here, and look who else is here. The man who it's been built around this weekend, Paddy Pimblett. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
What is happening, fellas? Hope everyone's well.
Listen, these lads are going to talk about the intricacies of the fight and breaking down how this all goes down on Saturday, but I want to talk about the journey first and foremost, mate. Way back when you started out in Liverpool, building this amazing fan base that you've got, that they've been championing you for such a long period of time, over a decade now, and now you're here on this moment. Talk to me about that ride and that journey.
It's been an unbelievable journey, and it's all going to culminate on Saturday night when I get this UFC belt wrapped around my waist. I cannot wait to get into the octagon on Saturday. I've never been this excited for a fight. Never been looking forward to fight so much.
Does it ever get old on you when you're looking out into the crowd and you see all them fans with wigs on and t-shirts
No.
and all that type of carry on? It's
No.
been going on forever, but now it's even bigger now, isn't it?
Never gets old. It always gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. There's nothing like it.
Is there a little army of Scousers that have made
A little?
the trip?
They're all over Blooming Strip, mate. Having a
Really,
whale of a time.
I only got here this morning.
None of my friends and family are even here yet. They're all on the way today, tomorrow, the next day. I had to buy 250 tickets myself,
Right.
out of my own money, and then dish them out. So it's going to be quadruple that more that have come off their own backs as well. So I just can't wait to put on a show for everyone. It's going to be a Scouse invasion on the weekend, like.
Nick Peet's leading the fan club, aren't you, mate?
I've got my
Marching
wig
up
ready
and down
and
the
everything.
street.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Of course I have.
Outside of that, when you look and think about Justin Gaethje, I mean, where's your head at now? Because he's been walking around the Apex here today. Have you two bumped into each other?
We had to do something before for Paramount, and they had us stood this close to
Right.
each other for like 2 minutes long, staring at each other.
And he's chill, until he
he's
fights.
cool. Yeah, no, we shook each other's hand and all that. He's sound.
So no drama.
No, nothing like that. I was saying it's going to be awkward when they try and make me and Ilya do that.
Yeah.
But Justin's cool. You know, it's an honour to fight a legend, someone who, you know, is going to end up in the UFC Hall of Fame. But he's the man standing in my way.
Yep.
He's the man I'm going to have to put a beat down on Saturday night to win this belt, and that's what's going to happen.
What is the challenge? When you look at him as a fighter, what are the challenges that you see for yourself on Saturday?
Not getting it with an overhand right and a left hook.
So, you can do my homework for me here. The UFC message me because I'll be on the desk. And they're like, right, Michael, we need one key to victory for Paddy Pimblett and we need one key to victory for Justin Gaethje. So what is one key to victory for you? Because I'm quoting this. This is from Paddy's mouth.
For me, it's don't get it with the big shots, because that's the only way he beats me, is catching me with a big shot. I see me outstriking him at range for the whole fight, if it stays on the feet for the whole fight. I see me keeping him at range with me kicks, me punches, and then when he steps in close, getting knees and elbows up the middle. He dips his head a lot into stuff, and I can see me knocking him out with a shot when he dips his head, because he does that a lot. And I can see me knocking him out with one. But with
And what about him? What approach do you think he's going to
He's going to be not get taken down, is going to be his approach. Don't end up on the floor, because the golfing class on the floor is a lot bigger than the golfing class on the feet. But everyone thinks that it's striker versus grappler. That's all everyone keeps saying, striker versus grappler, striker versus grappler. But I've seen him saying in interviews he's no Khabib. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm Paddy the Body. Khabib.
The fact that he's he's not he's absolutely in last chance saloon. He's had a few shots at the belt before. He's been interim champ before. He's been BMF champ before. He's 37 years of age. Even his own coach has said, it's this or, his career,
I think
career moves on. Does that make him...
But I think they're mad shouts, them like...
Does that make him more dangerous, Paddy, if he is back against the wall, fighting to keep his career alive?
Yeah, I think this is... I'm hoping for the best version of Justin Gaethje, and I'm expecting the best version of Justin Gaethje, because he's saying if this is it, this is it. If he loses, he's going to retire. So he's retiring on Saturday.
Do you think he has one foot out of the door? Because anytime people come out and start making statements like that, I mean, he's had a legendary career. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's made millions of dollars. He's been an interim champion. Bonuses galore. Do you think after the knockout loss and then, some ups and downs, he's like, he's off out the door already?
I think he is, yeah. And when you're already thinking like that, you need to just retire.
Yeah. Fingers crossed Saturday night, you go out there, you do your business, you put on a show, you walk away, you've got a belt wrapped around your waist. What is that going to mean to you? To go back to Liverpool with that belt on your shoulder, around your waist, wherever it is. What's that going to feel like?
It's going to feel unbelievable.
Open hairs on the back of my neck stood off there. Never mind, Paddy's neck.
Well, it's going to be special. I cannot wait for it. I've always said I want to be the first UFC champion from Liverpool, and I'm going to do it on Saturday.
Obviously, you've the training camp at Next Gen with all the gang there, and obviously giving you the elite training. But part of the training was obviously this incredible paddle match that you had at the back end of last year.
How is the shoulder up?
Right.
My paddle career's over.
Is it?
So the reason why I bring this up is because Nick's actually ditched me as his paddle partner. He's got a new paddle partner now, haven't you? And his paddle partner's been
got new pants.
He sent me a text message today to show you.
Yeah.
Paddy, Stevie G here, mate.
I was meant to be playing with Stevie the other week.
Fight. We're all rooting for you in the city. We're all proud of you, mate. Go and do what you need to do. But more importantly, mate, after you have kicked his ass, I'm going to kick your ass at paddle. Because I believe you've been shouting me out for a game of paddle. Only joking, mate. Good luck. Go and do it. Honest to God, we can't wait to watch you, and we're all proud of you. Take it easy, mate.
That. Yeah, Stevie G. Guess he's been getting on me though about having a game with him. So I'm going to have a game with him.
I like Stevie.
I've heard he's good, yeah. He's definitely better than me. Like, I've got worse over the past couple of months where I've been focusing on my fight. Last 3 games I've had, I've been beat, lad. It's no good.
So once you get the belt Saturday, that's it. Fighting's parked to one side.
Yeah,
concentrate on your real career.
Paddle career's coming back alive after this fight, like, definitely.
In all seriousness, though, how much does that mean to you? Because I know that you rate him as the greatest Liverpool player of all time. Him obviously sending you a message for your fight, but it's not just him. It's the city of Liverpool seem to be, everybody I speak to, whether they be big names, normal guys on the street, everybody's talking Paddy the Baddy.
I'll be back our own. It's something what our city's known for, and it's what we're amazing at. You know what I mean? Like, I hate a Robert McGregor quote, but if one goes to war, we all go to war. And that's the way it is in Liverpool. We back our own, and I'll be scoused to the death.
Can you do me a favour before you ask your final question there? Can you do me a favour? Could you just have a word with him, right? Because when you do your ring walk, and you're doing all this, he joins in, right? and he's nearly 50, right? he shouldn't be.
Well, he dressed like a 60-year-old.
My wife dressed me today, exactly.
But he's giving it all that, aren't you? You're all in on the dance, aren't you, pal?
He's jealous.
I can't do it, you're right. I ain't got the moves, that's what it is. He's all in.
When Bruce announces, and new, wraps the belt around your waist, we've seen it before, from the biggest of men, Tom Aspinall, often tears flow, emotions take over, that lifetime journey, that culminating point. Even Mike shed a tear with the family, everything else. It's an incredibly emotional moment to realise your dream. Somehow though, Pad, I don't think that's you.
No.
I can't see that. I feel like for
you
for the
record, I didn't cry either, but whatever.
Well, you were very emotional. You were very emotional. But I think for you, this feels like this is not the destination, this is part of the journey.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know I won't cry, lad. You know what I mean?
Nick will.
I will. Oh, God, yeah. I'll be inconsolable, absolutely.
My wife will, and my dad will, and my sister will, and I'll watch and Kate, but I won't. As I say, this is just part of the journey. We're only halfway through my story. So we'll see how the next couple of years develops when I become undisputed champ and keep beating all the contenders.
Well, enjoy it. Safe cut. Go well. Make sure you come and join us for this. Midnight is when it all gets going on TNT Sports box office. And of course, that main card gets going from 2. He's the cherry on top of the cake. He's going to clear off now. We're going to talk about the rest of the card, so don't be going anywhere. Welcome back. It's a fight week in your official preview of UFC 324. I'm Adam Catterall, Nick Peet here, the Hall of Famer, Mr. Michael Bisping. As you can see, Mr. Pimblett has now left. So therefore, we can get stuck into talking about his fight with Justin Gaethje this weekend on TNT Sports box office and, of course, the rest of that main card. Listen, he's on good form. You know, it's been a big journey for him to get to this particular point, but this is it now. This is the real testing ground, and he's up against a guy that's been there, done it, and got the T-shirt in Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, listen, and both guys are extremely confident. I was talking to Justin Gaethje earlier. He respects Paddy, and he thinks, or he kind of knows, that Paddy's going to come for him. He said, I'm not going to struggle to find him. Paddy's going to come right at me. He believes in himself. He's riding high. He's undefeated in the UFC. So Justin truly believes he's got a tough fight on his hand, but of course, he's very, very confident. And when you look at this fight, for me, I think it's fair to say, technically, Justin's a better striker.
Yeah.
I think he's got the better power. He's got the better wrestling. Of course, Paddy's got 10 times better jiu-jitsu. But a lot of the skills he's fought better opposition. He's got more experience. So in a lot of ways, you're like, Justin wins this fight. But even though I say all of that, I still kind of feel like there's something in Paddy's favour. He's got the heart, he's got the will, he's got the momentum. The mind is the biggest tool. He's in incredible shape. You know, we saw him out in Doha. When was that? End of mid-November. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, when you blew your elbow, and he was absolutely ripped then. So he's been preparing for this for a long time. I'm very, very excited for this fight. I don't know how it's going to play out.
Well, you only find out if you're at the level when you get to the level. And this is the level now for him, isn't it?
That's it. And as Mike was saying, Gaethje's been here before. With all due respect to Paddy, he's been beyond this level before. You know, he's fought for the full title. And he's been around the top end of this division for an awful long time. This fight happens 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even think it's a conversation. I think Gaethje's miles ahead and Paddy hasn't got nowhere near the experience. But it's not happening 2 or 3 years ago. It's happening now. Yeah. And now it's what has Justin Gaethje realistically got left in the tank, both physically and emotionally. At this stage of his career, has he got one more push left in him? Has he got one more guy to come through? Same questions we were asking, don't get me wrong, when he faced Rafa Fiziev, and we were like, oh, maybe this is a change in the guard, and it absolutely wasn't. But when you look at Paddy Pimblett, I think he's more well-rounded than Fiziev, and he's obviously a lot more dangerous on the ground, and if he gets the fight to the ground, it's advantage Paddy.
Are you surprised, with everything that you've just said then, that Justin is the betting underdog once again coming into this?
I mean, it is crazy when you think about it, because he has fought the better competition. He has been the interim champion before, but he is also, what is he, 37?
Yep.
37 years old. And for a lightweight, that's getting older. He's talking about, well, his coach is talking about maybe retirement if he loses this fight. He fought Khabib Nurmagomedov for the undisputed champ, and he got choked out. He fought Charles Oliveira for the belt, and he got choked out. And what does Paddy specialise in? Jiu-jitsu, submissions on the ground. And I think over 5 rounds, the bookies probably see an opportunity where Justin makes one little mistake and then Paddy just explodes, and the next minute he's on his back trying to choke him out. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but obviously that's what they see, you know, and they also probably see what we all saw last year was him getting knocked out, called faceplant knocked out against Max Holloway. Yep. Now, he bounced back against Rafael Fiziev, and he looked phenomenal. He took good shots. He's clearly still got a chin. He was able to drop Fiziev. He looked really good. That was an amazing performance. But still, that image of him getting knocked out, and not just knocked out, beaten systematically over 5 rounds by Max Holloway. Yeah. I think that plays into that's a big factor in the equation. Yeah.
Listen, you've been documenting this sport for God knows how many years now. When he did it, it was massive for British mixed martial arts, wasn't it? Obviously, Tom's doing it. Leon's done it since. How big would this be if Paddy can get that interim title at the weekend?
It would be absolutely gigantic, because Paddy's had this fan base of kids from when he was on his Cage Warriors days. I'm talking 7, 8, 9-year-old kids that were following him then, making homemade Paddy the Baddy t-shirts, everything else. Those kids are now 19 and 20, and they're travelling out here to Las Vegas to support him. They've been on this journey with him the whole time, and because he's been in Liverpool the whole time, they've been around him. So, like, he walks down the streets in Liverpool, it's like walking down the street with Mo Salah or Steven Gerrard. He's absolutely beloved by everybody in that city, and I think he's won the whole of the UK over as well. I think a lot of people were a bit doubtful at first, like, oh, he's the Liverpool lip, the hair, the look, everything else, but can he actually fight? Well, he's proven time after time now. What is he, 7 fights in the UFC, all wins. He's starting to close people's mouths, and people are starting to realise, actually, this guy could become the next British UFC champion.
And it's not just in the UK, it's in the States as well. Obviously, I live in California. People talk about Paddy all the time to me. I think I told you, Lucas has got a girlfriend, and she came over. The only UFC fighter that she knew or asked about, do you know Paddy Pimblett? I'm like, yeah, of course I know Paddy Pimblett. You know, so again, crossing over to
it's a different generation.
Yeah, a different generation of fans, you know, so people love him. And if he wins, I mean, the man's already a superstar, but if he becomes the champion, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit.
TNT Sports box office is the destination for this. 12 o'clock for prelims, 12 o'clock midnight, that is, for prelims, with 2 o'clock in the morning being the time for that main card. Now, of course, yes, we're all upset that the super fight has fallen off between Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison, but the good news is that the noise this week from Dana White is that they're going to be rebooking that, and fingers crossed everything's right with Kayla with her neck injury, and she can get back in that octagon sometime in and around the summer, which means we've got a new co-main.
Yes.
The Sugar Show's back.
He's back.
Saw him yesterday. He's dyed the hair, man.
Oh, yeah.
The
Multicoloured.
He's back in business. Sugar Sean O'Malley and Song Yudong, another cracking fight for us.
Yeah, it's a brilliant fight. And, of course, for Sean O'Malley, this is a huge opportunity to remind the world of who he was when he became the champion, when he was defending the belt and was one of the biggest stars in the whole of the organisation. The first event, right, out here under the new deal. So people are going to, a lot of eyes are going to be on this fight. And, of course, you've got Paddy and Justin. This is an opportunity for Sean O'Malley to go out there, to steal the show, to put a beat down on Song Yudong and then stake his claim and say, hey, I want to fight Piotr next. In fact, I spoke to him, he says that's what's happening. Not from the UFC, he's kind of manifesting it in his own mind. But of course he's got to get through Song Yudong. And as we know, Song Yudong is fast, he's powerful, he can grapple, he shows up to fight every single time. So I think this is a tremendous co-main event.
You spent some time with Sean yesterday, didn't you? Where are you viewing this at? Because he's coming off the back of 2 losses to Merab. He loses here. It's a weird question as to what happens next and what his direction is. But if he wins, as Mike's just highlighted there,
He's back in the game.
Piotr Jan's going to be licking his chops thinking, well, I want to get
that one back.
Because we had a contentious one.
And plus, you know, you've got Merab who's kind of gone way. You've got Umar on this early prelims as well. So you could kind of push them down the road of a eliminator if you want. You've got everything this year at the back of your mind. You've got to keep thinking. The White House. The White House. Who's going to be on at the White House? Sean O'Malley does the business on Saturday in Song Yudong. Him versus Jan in a rematch for the belt at the White House makes absolute sense.
A Russian versus an American
It's
at the White
perfect.
House. Of course,
out on the lawn, perfect.
I've commentated Piotr Jan's last few fights, and every single time I talk to him, all he talks about is wanting that rematch against Sean O'Malley, because he 100% believes that he was robbed by the judges. So he wants it, and if Sean O'Malley wins, even not in an impressive fashion, even if he just scrapes by, Jan's going to be asking for that fight, because he beat Merab, he beat him convincingly, and I think Merab needs to take a little bit of time off anyway. So if he can get it done, which again will not be easy, if he can, I agree with Sean. I think he fights for the belt next.
We've got heavyweights on this card as well, with Waldo Cortez Acosta and, of course, Derek Lewis, who's looking in incredible shape, man.
Oh, he's been on the peptide.
He's slim.
He hasn't.
I know. He swears by it, though. I was asking him, because we know Jeff Nowitzki, head of the drug testing protocols at the UFC, came out. I said, no, he has not been. I asked him, he was like, yep, yeah, they're great. But that's Derek Lewis for
Just
him.
having a banter, yeah. But he does look good.
He looks great,
yes.
But this feels like we sometimes we come across these fights where there's a gatekeeper, and it feels like Waldo's been given Derek. Derek's being used as a gatekeeper. If Waldo can come through this, then he's going to be propelled into that top 5, isn't he? And talked about making some really big fights, maybe even a title eliminator, maybe even an interim heavyweight title situation, because we don't know what's going on with Tom at this moment. So it's a massive, massive fight for both of these guys at the weekend.
Yeah, and I think they're both looking at it like that. You know, certainly for Waldo Cortez, he had 5 fights last year, 4 victories, and the last 2 were just stunning knockouts very, very quickly. He's got the power, but so does Derek Lewis. I think these two are going to clash in the centre of the octagon, and it's going to be... I think this one could be over quickly. Yeah, there is a possibility where Salsa Boy, you know, gets on his bike and dances around and uses his reach and his jab and all the rest of it. But when I spoke to him earlier, he said that's not the approach. He truly believes in his right hand. He used to throw a fastball at over 100 miles an hour. He's got serious knockout power. He just knocked out 2 people in quick fashion. So that solidifies the confidence in yourself to stand there, stand your ground and throw the shots. And as we know with Derek Lewis, I mean, to say it only takes one is an understatement.
What's he got, 16? 16 knockouts in the
More
UFC?
More knockouts than anyone else in the history of the organisation.
Yeah.
And what does he do best? Knock out prospects who are supposed to be the next big thing. That's his speciality.
And he's looking thick.
He looks mega. I sat down with him yesterday. We did a little bit of a face-off and stuff with the meta glasses on. Got up close and personal to him, and he was solid. There was no head, nothing heavy around his waist, not flabby. I had the belly. He was ripped.
He's
he
almost
looked
as
great.
jacked as me. I mean, he's looking
Almost,
good,
yeah.
Also on the main card, we've got one boosted from the prelims with the fall-off of the super fight between Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison. We've got Natalia Silva taking on Rose Namajunas. And Natalia Silva recently has been absolutely incredible. A shoe-in, you would think, for the next opponent with Valentina Shevchenko, should she go well at the weekend.
You've got to think that if she gets through Rose Namajunas, she's going to fight for the belt. She absolutely has to. She's on a 7-fight win streak. Last time out, she beat Alexa Grasso. You know, normally that gets you a title shot anyway. Now she's fighting Rose Namajunas. Stylistically, on paper, if this was both ladies in their prime, right, I wouldn't know who to choose. But stylistically, I am leaning towards Natalia Silva simply because Rose Namajunas has had an incredible career. She's been around a long time. She's knocked out Zhang Weili. She's been there, done it. She's a legend. But now she's in the second weight division because making 115, she can't do that anymore. She's lost a few fights. You know, it's like it's the beginning of the end of the slowdown, the trickle. You start losing a few fights. Whereas Silva is on a 7-fight win streak and is looking incredible. And as I said last time out, beating Alexa Grasso.
She looked phenomenal against Grasso, but the way I see it is Rose was due to fight Grasso, which means she would have probably then had to fight Silva to get to the belt. UFC have gone, right, Grasso was out. Do you want to fight the number 2 girl in the division? You're Rose Namajunas, so if you beat her, you're going to get a title shot. If you're Rose, you go, well, why beat 2 people to get to the same destination? Okay, it's a much tougher fight. Okay, I'm fighting a girl that's absolutely surging, that is red hot in the division, looks like a future champion. But if I'm still in this game, I'm Rose Namajunas.
Yeah,
I want to be in the title picture. Yeah. So yeah, give me Silva, and then when I use my experience to put it back on her and maybe make her feel uncomfortable, something she hasn't felt in the last few fights where she's been so dominant, then maybe Rose Namajunas can cause a massive upset and get herself a title shot.
And that's obviously very possible. You know, it sounded a little disrespectful what I was saying before. I was just merely pointing out the facts.
No, you were right.
They are the facts of the matter. However, this is Rose Namajunas, who was a champion, has had incredible knockouts and delivered so many incredible performances. I mean, she's so experienced. She's got beautiful striking. She's light on the feet. However, she's lost a few and she's getting a bit older. That doesn't mean she can't come back and beat somebody like Natalia Silva.
Yeah, I agree. One man that is back after 18 months is Arnold Allen. Looking forward to seeing him do his thing. And he's taking on Jean Silva. Listen, this is a fight that's absolutely mouth-watering. But again, from Arnold's point of view, spoke to him yesterday, he's got the bit between his teeth. He feels like he's got a bit of a point to prove coming in on Saturday night.
Well, he kind of does, and he's got to remind the world pretty much of who he is, you know, because he's been out for a little while. Arnold doesn't get easy matchups, right? And this is another really, really tough matchup. I mean, look at the guys that he's fought. Giga Chikadze, Movsar Evloev. I mean, the list goes on, right? Nothing but the best. And he always often looks really good against him. Really close one against Movsar Evloev. Could have gone either way. And now he gets Jean Silva, coming off the back of getting knocked out of Diego Lopez. Now, does that change Jean Silva? Because remember, Jean Silva was doing well. He was clipping Diego, but then he rushed forward and went right into an elbow and got knocked out. Does that cause him to hesitate? Does it start causing him to not rushing quite as recklessly? Because if he does that, that's going to play into Arnold's hands. Arnold is very smart. He doesn't have necessarily the one-punch knockout power or the dynamic wrestling or the grappling that some others do, but he can do it all. He's an incredible athlete. He's very fit. He's extremely strong. He's technically proficient, and I believe he's very hungry coming into this one.
I know we haven't seen him for a long time, but do not sleep on him. He, as Mike says, he is sensational everywhere, absolutely sensational, but he has been out for a long time. In fact, since his last fight, Jean Silva's had 4 fights in the UFC. When Arnold was active, no one knew who Jean Silva was, let's be honest, and now he's made a name for himself. Now he's the new star of the division, and Jean Silva, the UFC like that guy. They want to fast-track him to a title opportunity, which is why he's getting this chance against Arnold Allen.
So there you have it. That's how UFC 324 shapes up. Midnight, come and join us for the prelims on TNT Sports box office with the main card getting going from 2 a.m. The cherry on top of the cake is, of course, Paddy Pimblett going for UFC gold against Justin Gaethje. We'll see you at the fights.